Now that we're into the finals, we're no longer going to play the leaderboard highest average score game. It's going to be head-to-head. Whoever scores more points in that match gets a win. First team to win twice is going to be our champions.
Yeah, and now do we have a showdown here now, Dan? Will Team Rush try to grab those 2 cans from Team 548? Both of them have been rock solid with the 2. They're both lightning fast. I don't know which of this is the quicker.
So the Blue Alliance actually gets to place their robot second. So that Bedford 548 Alliance, RoboStangs Alliance, they have to place the RoboStangs first. And we're going to get to see the Blue Alliance choose whether they want to go head-to-head or whether they want to avoid them. The safe play is probably to avoid them, but based on the scores that Bedford and 548 have been putting up, I think maybe you have to take a chance.
I think you do take a chance, too. I wonder a little why the Red Alliance has to place first. They are the higher-ranked team. Why wouldn't they get the right to place second?
Yeah, I'm not sure where that one came from, but that's how it's written in the rules.
Is that right? So I question that a little bit.
Yep, yeah, that's backwards to how we normally have it set up. Typically, the higher-seeded team will get the preference there.
Right.
But in this case, first chose to go the other direction.
And I think it's a given where I don't think Red has to think too hard about it, how they're going to set up. I think they're going to set up the same way they always have, and it looks like that's what they're doing. And we don't see Rush waiting. They're going to go line up against 1711. They are not going to line up right against 548. And I think in part of that, too, the way both of the autonomous works with the captains 3098, Rush couldn't line up against the RoboStangs because then they'd be backing up into 3098.
Right, and there's also a little bit of an issue with the scoring platform. So one side of the field there is no scoring platform, and 25 or 27 can line up flat on the carpet. The other side, they'll be on a little bit of an angle, and that might affect their machine as well.
Yeah, that's true. I am a little intrigued by this, I guess, as I'm looking at it, because to me, right, the Red Alliance has been rock solid all day. They've been a star. They've executed well in every match. To me, I think the one chance the Blue Alliance had was if 27 lined up right against 548 and was able to beat them to the punch on those 2 so that the Red Alliance didn't have them to work with.
Yeah, I can tell you if I were coaching the Blue Alliance, I think as soon as we started the playoffs, we would have been working on that 27 robot, seeing if we could squeeze a little bit more speed out of that autonomous mode, knowing that when you have this matchup, you're going to have to, take a chance on that battle.
Right, because I think even if they both get 2 at this point, so Rush beats, let's say Rush beats 1711, I think they will. They'll get 2, and then the RoboStangs grab 2. I don't think the Blue Alliance can outstack the Red Alliance.
Exactly. So even if they both get 5 full stacks with the recycling container on top, the extra stacks that the Red Alliance is going to be able to put up during the match is going to be enough points to essentially win on that tiebreaker. It's possible that they're choosing to play safe. Maybe they think if they have a really good match and they're banking on a little bit of a downswing from the Red Alliance, that they don't have to put all their eggs in the first 15-second basket. It'll be interesting to see if this doesn't work, if they adjust their strategy for the second finals match.
That's true. I mean, we've seen that Red Alliance be perfect just about all day long, so maybe they're due for a bobble, right?
And we're scheduled for 3 matches, but conceivably it could be over in 2.
Correct. It's the first one to win 2, basically. A lot of times people will say, oh, well, like a series is 2 of 3 or 3 of 5. To me, it never is, right? As soon as somebody wins 2, it's over. You don't go and play that third one.
Let's go to an interview in the pits with Team 573, the Mech Warriors.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the Mech Warriors.
Mech Warriors, we are a team from Brother Rice High School and Marion High School. Originally the team started as just an all-boy at Brother Rice, just an all-boys school team, but later it became the Marion girls joined the team, which is why we have the Brother Rice colors and the Marion skirts to represent both sides.
How long has it been since you've been in the finals?
Excuse me? What do you mean?
How long has it been since you've been to the final?
I don't think we've never made it to the finals of the state championships before. This is the first time for us. Yes, the very first.
Okay, we're out. Thank you.
So we're down to the final two. And it's very exciting to have the two best teams in this atmosphere.
And as that young man said from the Mech Warriors, I don't believe they have ever been in the finals at the state championship. And of our 6 teams that are now on these two alliances, only Team Rush has won the state championship one time. They were a state champion. They're actually the reigning state champion. They won last year. But the Robo-Stangs, Bedford Express, the Raptors, the Mech Warriors, the Captains, they are all looking for their first state championship.
They know a thing or two about winning, or 3, or 4, or 5. In fact, that's how many districts they took home in the past 2 years. In 2014, they won the Escanaba district. They won their home district in Bedford. They won the Engineering Inspiration Award at the Centerline district. And this year, they won the Woodhaven district, the Bedford district, and the Southfield district. Give it up for Team 1023.
From Temperance, it's the Bedford Express.
On our Blue Alliance side of the field, the number 5 seeded Alliance. We're going to start it off with a team who hardly needs an introduction. They are the most recent entry into First Hall of Fame. They are the 2014 First Championship Chairman's Award winning team, Team 27.
From Clarkston, it's the Team Rush.
And their partners. In 2014, they won the Imagery Award at the Southfield District. They won the Innovation and Control Award at the Southfield District. And in 2015, they won the Centerline District and the Team Spirit Award at the Waterford District. This is 3098.
From Waterford, it's the captain.
And rounding out the finals of the 2015 Michigan State Championship, they are the captain of their alliance, the number 5 seeded Alliance. This team, in 2013, they were finalists at the Bedford District. In 2014, they were the winners of the Creativity Award at the Waterford District. And in 2015, they were finalists at the Southfield District. This is Team 573.
From Bluefield Hills, it's the Mech Warriors.
And now everybody, as per first tradition, we're going to have all 6 teams come across to the front of the field for the traditional first handshake before the start of finals match number 1.
So we start with the traditional handshake between the two remaining alliances, the Red and the Blue Alliance. Good sportsmanship, always a priority.
Yes, gracious professionalism here in first. We have the number 1 alliance in red. It's the number 5 alliance making it to the finals here. Now again, all those average scores, that's all gone away. Now it's about winning 2 matches.
Here's the Blue Alliance, Mech Warriors, Team Rush, and the captains. Red Alliance, Bedford Express, Robo Stangs, and Raptors.
So Bedford Express, clearly from Bedford, the Robo Stangs out of Northville, and the Raptors from Traverse City.
Dan, is there any experience factor that would give one of these two alliances an edge?
I mean, both of these teams have played about the same number of matches this year, so for the field crews that are out there, for the drivers that are out there, they're going to be pretty evenly matched.
That's the Robo Stangs at the front of your screen. They pull one away, but miss on the other one. So not necessarily a clean start.
Right, and that could be an opening for the Blue Alliance. They need to go after that can immediately upon driver control.
Yeah, that was a bit of chink in the armor. One of the first ones we've seen from that Red Alliance that they missed that.
And it looks like 27 is not going straight for it, so they're giving 17-11 a chance to correct that mistake.
17-11's first move is to try to upright one of the containers that is already on their side of the field.
This is the Mech Warriors robot. Now we flip it over to Robo Stangs. Looking solid with 5 bins. And they won't take the 6th.
Dan, why not 6 in that one? That was Bedford Express going for 5 rather than 6. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I wonder if there's an issue with the robot. Actually, that looks 6 tall. So we have 548 who goes 5 tall, and Bedford who's been doing 6s.
I'm sorry. Yep, you're right. Yeah, the Bedford stack is 6 tall. It was the Robo Stangs that went.
And that last can is still sitting on the step, and I think that can is the match. So I don't understand why 27 here is going for the other can.
Yeah, 17-11 is trying to work towards it. They're stretching. They're trying to reach it. They've got to get one more bin out of the way. It looks like they're trying to hook that handle. Just can't quite get there.
They're determined to get it, though. That's the Raptors robot for the Red Alliance. And they can't. Now they're going to be able to get that bin. But can they lift it? Boy, this is a lot of time invested. Boy, they're going to get it now. See if they can latch on. Boy, the scoring is very close.
So if Red can get that can scored, then it's a huge mistake by Blue to leave it there.
And the Robo Stangs are right there waiting for it. Oh, easy by the Robo Stangs. 17-11 did a nice piece of work getting that recycle container.
So let's flip it and go to the Blue Alliance. Boy, 3 solid stacks there. Got to watch out for that one in the corner there. Inside 5 seconds. Red Alliance in good shape. They're going to drop it. Blue Alliance gets a late push. What a great finish for the Blue Alliance. Wow.
And I want to say again, that can, the Red Alliance scored that can, and I think that was the difference in the match. And 27 had plenty of time to go for that one.
Right, so they each got 5 cans. So all 10 of our recycle cans are sitting up there on top of the stack. All 5 of them. Excuse me, all 10 of them. 5 on each side. But we see.
So what's the difference? It's got to be in the gray bins, because each team had all 5 barrels up and 4 noodles in each barrel.
So you had the shorter stack on the blue side, and then you had one additional stack, I believe, of 5 crates on the red side with no can on top.
Here's the move. They had to take extra time to get it, but the Raptors robot.
And look at that, they set it right down in front of the Robo Stang machine. Robo-Stang's almost a little too quick
Yep.
there. That would have been the difference right there.
Yeah, if that can doesn't go up, they lose the match. So
Here we go. We watch them place that.
So the Red Alliance in the driver's seat.
The Blue Alliance making it very, very close. Wow, what a match. 238 to 220. What a match.
and that, I mean, so close. And that can they put up was on a 5-stack. So that can they put up was worth 20 points. And that was the difference.
Yeah, I guess it leaves me scratching my head now, like why that thing sat out there that long.
I mean, I think it's just a matter of 548 has been so consistent grabbing those cans that missing it caught the Blue Alliance off guard. I think they maybe didn't notice that they missed the can until it was too late to do something about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's an instance where you conceded it, but then when the opportunity was there to get it, you didn't do it. The door was wide open, like you said, Dan, early on there.
Is that a communication thing, do you think, Dan? Or lack thereof?
It could be. If any of the coaches on the Blue Alliance saw that, it's everybody's responsibility on that team to make that call when you see something like that. So the fact that it didn't get back to 27 means, 27 didn't see it, but maybe their partners didn't communicate to them that was the right play either.
Yeah, and I mean, like we've said earlier, that's the coaches. That's the sort of thing the coaches should be looking at, not the students with their hands on controls, because they're executing the play. And wow. 17-11, and the Red Alliance knew the importance of it. 17-11 went to work and working their way to that, and they did a nice job of getting it to it. I like the way they picked it up. They dropped it. They placed it right in front of 548. 548 was waiting there for it.
And no panic. They knew how much time it would take them, and they knew they had enough time, so they just went at it.
And clearly they were communicating very well back in their driver's station.
Absolutely.
Blue Alliance 220 points, but they're going to have to win the next go-around or the Red Alliance will be champions.
Right, well, yeah, when we see them put up 220, now 220 is higher than a lot of the Bedford scores have been. So even though Bedford has been north of 200 in all but, one match, I think, where they did 199,
Yep.
that 220, if Bedford bobbles and the Robo-Stangs and the Raptors, the door is open.
And I believe that 220 was also the highest score. That's a personal best for the Blue Alliance here.
The Raptors from Traverse City. It's been a great machine all day long. Look at the extra effort. All they want to do is get to that green recycling bin. So they're just moving bins out of the way. They thought getting this one out of the way would be enough. It wasn't. They had to go back for another. Jackpot.
And a lot of times you'll see a team fixate on something. So when they were almost able to reach over that one crate, they were smart. They gave up. They took the time to move the crate out of the way instead of struggling and hoping they could just barely get it. And that was a smart decision by those drivers.
Yeah, and that's where you see good scouting again, right? Bedford was the #1 rank. They had the first pick. They got 548. We kind of knew that. But now think about it. When we did that serpentine draft, we went from #1 down to 16, and then 16 back up to 1. That 17-11 machine was the 48th machine to make it into this elimination tournament, and they're doing a heck of a job. It seems like we've seen that before. It's not so much about the Alliance captain in that first pick, but how well the scouting has been done on that third pick in what they bring to the party, and clearly 17-11 bringing a lot to this party for the Red Alliance.
Yeah, and I mean it's a good job identifying, the high quality drive team, the good decisions that they're making, as well as statistically how they've been able to get those cans and right them for the Alliance.
No stone left unturned.
And because in the finals they play back-to-back matches, they're going to get a little bit of a field timeout here. That's what they're doing. They're resetting up their robots, and they're going to be allowed that time. But we're getting close. I think we're under a minute, and they've got to be ready to go.
And do you have a checklist of knowing what you need to look at when you do have this time? It's not random.
Yeah, no, you have to have a checklist, and there's so much to check out that you have 4 field team members, and I can guarantee each one is going to have their own checklist to go through at the same time.
Yeah, and at this level, these aren't the type of teams that are forgetting to put a battery in the robot. They got that box checked. And if one of them did, you'd see the mentors, the top of their head would just blow off. It would be a mess.
And we see where 27 is lining up. It looks like they're going to make the same choice. They're not going to race 548. They're going to go for their 2 bins and leave 548 the other 2.
And I guess having seen that first match, Dan, I questioned that the first time, but I guess I would do it again. The fact that they put up 220, I think they got to bank on, okay, we're going to do that again and hope that the Red Alliance blinks, I guess. Because, again, if Rush were to come over right now and line up against 548, I think then they give up any opportunity here for the autonomous points.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just based on the fact that 548 missed one of those cans last time shows that there might be an opening there. And you can always take a chance on that happening again instead of trying to outrace them.
And we would fully expect if they miss one of them again, Rush better be running over there to try to grab it, right?
So what I'm hearing is that was definitely discussed by that drive team, and I would expect them to go straight for it if it happens again.
All the pressure on the Blue Alliance. They're facing elimination. A Red Alliance win means the Robo-Stangs, Bedford Express, and the Raptors.
So, Dan, let me ask you this, like the Robo-Stangs, if they do miss one of them, can that machine be reloaded and likewise go after it a second time?
It can, but because they drive in auto mode, means they're going to have to get back to that spot and line up again. And we can just see before the match how much time they spend lining that up, lowering the arms to check that it's in position. So it's doable, but it's going to be hard to line up.
Okay.
Number 27. Their captains on our Fifth Seed Alliance team, 573. And rounding off this Fifth Seed Alliance in blue, team 3098. Captains. To hear ya. Who do you think's gonna win this match? Will it be the Red Alliance? Or will it be the Blue Alliance? Oh man, one more time. Or not, because thumbs up. We're so pumped to start this match. Joel, let's go in.
So this could be our last match of the day as the autonomous period begins, and right out of the chute.
Oh, look at this, 17-11. has tied up Rush at the center of the field. They're both hooked into it right there. No, Rush has retracted their arms.
Well, that changes a whole lot of things.
Oh, boy.
But 548 missed one too, and 27 is right there to get it, so they still have a chance.
Look at Rush going over there this time. Trying to clear the path.
They're going to grab that one. A nice take there for Team Rush and the Blue Alliance. They have to beat the Red Alliance in this round or they will be done.
That's right, it was the Red Alliance 238 to 220 in that first one.
See the captain's there with a clean drop.
Rush going to cap that now.
Just enough. And a solid drop there. But the Red Alliance, all business. They have been setting the standard all afternoon here.
But it's tight in our real-time scoring, 110 to 106.
548 slowed down a little bit there. They got one bin flipped sideways, and that slowed them down.
Here comes the captains, and Rush is right there.
All eyes on the Blue Alliance.
Another one capped.
That's 3. But they've got one that's got 5 blocks, not 6. Wow.
On the red side, we see 2 with 6 and 2 with 5. On the blue, we see 2 with 6 and 1 with 5.
We're trying to keep up with the scoring, but there's so much happening so quickly. The Blue Alliance trying to...
Now here's the captains. They get a third stack of 6, and there's Rush right there to top it. But here comes Bedford Express.
Oh, they almost lost that. And that, look at that recycling bin just dangling there. And that might do it.
That's going to be the difference right there. It's going to be the Red Alliance.
The Robo-Stangs, Bedford Express, and the Raptors. And oh, how close was the Blue Alliance to getting that green recycling bin up there.
A valiant effort. Of course, we don't have the official final score yet, but it looks like we have 3 first-time state champions here. The Alliance captain, Robo-Stangs, their first choice. The Alliance captain, Bedford Express, their first choice, the Robo-Stangs, and the Raptors as the second choice. Great Alliance. I mean, their lowest score, Dan, I think was 199 in this playoff.
It was, yep.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
You consider how hard it is just to get over 200.
And so what did they have? They would have had 2 octo-final matches, 2 quarterfinal matches, 3 semifinal matches, and 2 final matches, and only their lowest score was 199.
They're going to post the final tally in a moment. You can see it here. The crowd will react to it momentarily. 246 points.
Here's a look at the drive team, waiting for that score to come up on the Jumbotron. There it is. It's official. Your 2015 First in Michigan State champions, Bedford Express out of Bedford, Temperance, Michigan, the Robo-Stangs from Northville, and the Raptors out of Traverse City.
Well, if there was ever a doubt which team, which alliance had the best 3 robots, they laid it all to rest. There's no question.
I agree. They were the best in the octofinals, they were the best in the quarterfinals, they were the best in the semifinals, and they were the best in the finals.
Yep, but our Blue Alliance here made it a lot closer than I think most of us expected.
I totally agree. The Blue Alliance did a great job there in those 2 matches.
And if that last recycling bin stays on, they'd have had maybe almost 200 points too.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been enough, right? Even if they got
right,
that last
they couldn't have
one.
extended the 3rd match, but
would have put them in the low 200s.
Yeah,
and still another big score.
Sure, they had 220 points.
Right.
in the first final match. It's been an exciting day here at the Deltaplex in Grand Rapids. That'll wrap it up for us here. Thanks so much for being part of our broadcast. The first in Michigan Robotics State Championship for my partner Dave Verbrugge and Dan Kimura and Sarah Zientarski. I'm Dan Gutowski. We say so long from the Deltaplex here in Grand Rapids.